Alright, hello and welcome back to what is my, I assume, final round for the Conquest relay run. We should be right towards the end of things now. Next episode, or the one after, depending on how this is, will be the finale. Don't know what we're doing for that yet, but we will see. So, I just got the save today. I am unsure of what is going on. Okay. Corin is a priestess. That's great. And I can already see Xander is still a sork. Awesome. So, wow, that is a lot of supports. Okay. I'll just go through these real fast since Arthur got deployed. Nice. Yeah, I have to unlock all the supports, so I'll go through them before taking final stock of the team.
Yes.
Someone turned the music off again. I think it's... Yep. Yeah, okay. So here we are. Still, ooh, strength speed surge on Xander. Funny. Speed defense on Benny, that won't matter because I doubt I'm deploying Benny. You don't need an accessory. Lots of surges. Excellent. Okay. It is also Kana's birthday. Okay. Oh, and I will check our lottery shop before
Where have you been?
anything else. Oh, okay, whatever.
Come back.
There's not really much funny stuff we could get beyond this point except for like stat boosters, which are super rare. Okay, is this is the Shining Bow, yeah. Yeah, so this is just an incredible unit. She's bulky, fast, hits really hard with 1-2 range, because of, yeah, this is an incredible unit. Azura is Azura, but with Darting Blow for some reason, you know, in case we ever need 39 AS on our Dancer. Zach has gotten trained up a shocking amount, which is very funny. Perry still has basically cheated in stats. Whatever, probably won't use her again. Laszlo is a rally bot who somehow has a rally he can't have gotten, but, you know. Ooh, stat boosters. As well as the Venge Naginata and the Bifrost, but I'm not seeing... You're welcome here, but is there a Spy's Human or a Spy Shuriken anywhere? Does not look like it. No Spy Shuriken. Wow. Tragedy. Camilla with every offensive stat capped. Yep. Normal Camilla things. Leo. Magic, Tome Fair, but no Vantage. Because why would we need anyone else for Vantage when we have this boy? So here's our +4 speed, or our +4 steel sword. I am tempted to sell all of our belongings and buy more steel swords. Javelin, and Bolt Axe, Kodachi. Yeah, I assume just Vantage Life and Death stuff. Here's Xander. He's gotten some usage because I left him at like almost exactly C, I think. Or maybe a little more, but he's gotten a decent amount of usage, which is awesome. Love that. Horse Spirit for even more defense. That's so cool. Izana, yeah, I mean Izana. Sure, yeah, okay. Oh, Kaze finally got promoted. Good for him. And Nick. The only weapon she needs. A 11 sword +1. 26 magic. +15 from skills. With huge might sword advantage. Just incredible unit. Rally Man and I guess Arthur got brought off the bench. Given that he didn't level up any, I'm assuming he was just a shelter bot, which is a little sad. I would have liked to see him get trained if he got brought off the bench. And yeah, there's a bunch of benched people on High Flora. So then there's the question of... Yeah, I think that's everything. I do kind of want to check... Wow, we have a lot of money. Because I could also sell stuff like the Argamir. And... Where is Excalibur? What? How did Excalibur end up in the con? Oh, I guess it is a Seas map. Yeah. Okay. So we've got, like, some stuff to sell. I don't think we even have anyone with S-Tone. Xander's not close enough. So...
Looking for something?
At the moment, I could buy 12 steel swords. But I could up that, because steel swords go for 2,000 apiece. And I could rig the shop so that it has someone who gives a discount on swords. So, our steel sword is currently a +4. In order to increase that, its steel sword is 1. +1 is 2 steel swords. +2 is 4 steel swords. +3 is 8. And +4 is 16. So I'd need to buy 16 steel swords. But I can already afford 12. So it'd only be 4 more, which is only 8,000 more gold, which, like, Excalibur and Orglimir sell for that much alone. So could even get another steel sword. I doubt I could get it to +6 or +7, but I could get it to +5. Which would be very funny. There's also the question of buying stat boosters.
It's you.
None of them are... The Draco Shield's been bought, but that's the only one. So, like, I could buy a Spirit Dust for Nyx, which I might do. There's no real combat in 27, and I assume since we still have a... we still have Rescue, so I doubt we're gonna end up playing Endgame. Like, we have everything. Do we even have a boss killer? We don't actually have a boss killer. Wait, who? Guess Leo is the closest. In he has 36 magic now as an Omni OG. I think Omni OG has less than Sork, so he would get +2 on... Wow, we are in a really tough spot for endgame. I think Corin can just do it. I think she would have to do it in Norn Noble, though, which is... I mean, okay, I guess. What even aren't... I think it's an 8 base strength class, so 2 more strength than this. So, 23... Omega Yato is 16 might. How much sword rank do you have? C swords, so she's getting 1. But we could arm scroll her for both another 1 and 1 from Weapon Triangle. Then, yeah, she's at A with Gunter, so Gunter could go into, I don't think Gunter has Berserker, but he does have, I think it's Wyvern Lord is his best option for this. And that's a +7 pair up. And then the usual tonic, friendly, fancy footwork. For damage boosting skills, she has a lot of skills. She has strength +2 and trample, so that's 7 in total. So she's at not there. Oh. She's actually further away than Odin even. She needs to hit 78 physical straight up. And she's at like 72 with everything applied. So that might be a problem. We have a ton of... And I guess that's kind of a little bit to be expected from this playthrough. Because like some people were hard focusing Perry, some people were hard focusing Nick, some people were hard focusing Odin or Xander. And so we have a bunch of units who are like individually very, very strong, but no single unit who's so strong they can kill Takumi. Which is interesting. Interesting outcome. Yeah, we have a armored glow Falco instead of a pass one. Very funny. Madoka has 13 magic though, and 25 speed with full 9 up. Kinda good. Okay. So we are in a tough spot for Takumi. And I think I could, like, fix it. I could Eternal Seal Leo and just give him 2 levels and he'd be, or give him 4 levels and he would be ready. But, I don't know if I will. I'll have to think about it. So I will think about my plans and I will come back, because I also need to decide which chapter I'm playing, because there's both the invasion and Paralogue 21. I could do... Endgame paralogues are pretty beefy, so this could be a fun little run. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could get Nyx one-shotting a lot of these guys, and just have Nyx sort of sweep up this paralogue with Odin. So yeah, I might do this, I might do the invasion, not sure. Yeah. Alright, I'll come back with my plans later. See ya. So, after a lot of deliberation, I have decided what I'm doing this chapter. You may notice I'm not in the preps menu, and that's because there's 2 large purchases we need to make. The first is the Armor Scroll and the Spirit Dust. And this takes away a lot of our funds, but I'm not selling Excalibur or Orgulmere, so we still have a decent amount of stuff to like sell for money. But yeah, this is a pretty large purchase, and admittedly, it's not actually a super useful one, but I just want to do this anyways. So, my plan for this map is gonna be a little different to how I would normally play. As I mentioned before, our Leo kind of needs to pop his A+ support with Odin, and then Friendship Seal at MOA, level twice, Eternal Seal, and level twice again, so that he'll be ready to kill Takumi. I'm not going to do that. Like, I could train up Leo. I can play this map normally and protect all the Lancers and get the I believe it's a Drake's Shield, a Physic, and a Friendship Seal from this map, while training up Leo, and it'd be, I don't know, it'd be what you come to expect from this series, I suppose. But I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna leave Leo to the back and not use him. I'll keep him at level 18 so I don't lock us out of the possibility of having Leo as a Takumi killer. But I'm not going to be the one that trains him up. And I'm not even going to save the Lancers. Normally I'd feel bad about taking away potential resources, but at this stage of the game, none of the resources we would get from this paralogue would even be useful. So I don't really mind us losing out on them. The only resource that I will be preserving is Soleil herself, who I'm passing down Shurikenbreaker and Rally Speed. These would be the best skill options that she has available to her based on her parents right now that would be useful in endgame itself. No, instead, I'm just going to show off what Nyx can do. It's a bit of an extreme plan. All of the Lancers will be dying. But it's worth it. So yeah, I will get started and we will see just what Nyx can do now that she's almost fully trained. I have made one minor altercation, but perhaps because I didn't notice something before, and it just means we're feeding more stat boosters to Nyx. Nothing new. The basic plan is simple. We want Laszlo and Camilla to go in as far as possible so that they can grab both Soleil and this obstacle. In order to help with that, we need to ferry Azura a little bit closer. To do that, we have Forrest wait in position to carry her next turn. Nyx, Corin, and Niles go back here. They'll be needed later, but not quite yet. Xander moves in along with Leo. None of the enemies can actually reach anyone on turn 1, so we do have a little bit of downtime here to get everything situated and set up. On turn 2, we're still pretty much in the clear. Yeah. So we will have Camilla grab this obstacle, and let's go here. Grab Soleil, pair up into her, have her grab this obstacle. Have Niles get a little bit closer, and these two get in position here. This group won't be needed just yet, but we will have Nyx consume the Seraph Robe. Normally, to solve a map like this, you would take several good units that you have, like this Nyx or this Xander, and devote one of them to each one of these narrow hallways, using the obstacles to block off the ones that you don't have a unit for. I will not be taking that approach. Instead, I will be doing something a little bit different. We will be getting everyone ready to escape out the back here. Applying rallies. The goal here is simple. I want to set up a very narrow choke point that will prevent any of the enemies from reaching any of our units, which can allow us to reach the enemy cap and fill up the as much of the map as possible with enemies. Now, there's no actual strategic benefit to doing that. In fact, we're losing out on these Lancers who would normally give us a couple of rewards. They give a Draco Shield, a Friendship Seal, and a Physic. But at this stage of the game, none of those items are actually, useful. So I don't particularly feel bad about missing out on them. and think it's much more fun to do something slightly more interesting. So, with everyone extracted, we now have a pretty much unimpedable choke point. The only thing that could get through is an enemy could go around this back path here and get in here. But we managed to sneak out both obstacles, which we'll use to block off this back exit. And that's the last of the Lancers dead. Soleil can place one obstacle here, and Camilla places one here, and we are now totally insulated. The only way that an enemy could reach us is by going through Xander, who gets 3-shot by the sorcerers and doesn't even get damaged by the berserkers. But because of guard gauge and the fact that he doubles, he'll never actually take enough damage from the sorcerers in one turn to kill him, and we have a healer and a dancer right here. He's invincible, essentially. Not to mention the imperfect hit rates, meaning that he'll never actually get hit by enough in one turn to kill him, even if he didn't have guard gauge. And now we wait. I'm going to let the enemies back up as far as they can, so that as much of this map as possible is covered in enemies. There's only going to be one more set of reinforcements. There it is. Because we've now reached 50 enemies on the map, which you can't have more than 50 enemies on a map. So, yeah. And now we wait. And with that, the enemies are backed up as far as they will go. So, the plan is simple. We have Xander vacate the square. Then we start to apply rallies. We need magic, luck, and skill. But defense wouldn't hurt. Then, it's simple. We have Nyx consume the spirit dust. As is, she actually one-shots the sorcerers even when they're in the forest with 100 hit, so she doesn't actually need it for any of the generics on this map. She does need it for Zahara. So, we have Nyx wait in the forest and consume the spirit dust, bringing her to a whopping 57 displayed attack with 17 points of unconditional damage with her current weapon. This is a massive amount of damage. And now, we back off, and we wait. But first, let's put animations on so that we can watch. None of the enemies are capable of one-shotting her unless they get a very low % crit, but that's over now. She has Vantage active. She one-shots every enemy with 100% hit. It's over. The enemies are already dead.
Another day, another sin. Ophelia Dusk is with you.
But you don't need to watch this. You already know it. So let's turn off animations and just watch the sweep. another wave, but it's nothing she can't handle. Now that she's in vantage range, she no longer needs defensive rallies in any way. She just needs skill, luck, and magic. So, she's already ready to clean up the stragglers. Though, actually I don't even need to apply Inspiring Song. She already has 100 hit on the heroes. She has 160, they have 59 when they're in the woods. So she has perfect hit by 1. Unfortunately, she didn't quite get A rank swords, meaning she is still short of the Zahara kill. But that's fine. The solution for that is simple. We retreat out the back of the building. That will let the bow knights catch up, and she can kill the 2 bow knights to tick over to A rank swords, which will give her the extra point of damage necessary to one-shot. This is a simple, it works because the I just will practice core and staff rank. This will work because the bow knights have more move than Zahara, so they will catch up with her before he does. Because he'll never catch up, since they have the same movement. Soleil we do want to promote. Well, bow knight would be more useful for our running around. I think hero actually has some long-term benefits here, so that she can get soul and potentially do the whole soul master ninja thing with Shuriken Breaker. Okay. He could go for Benny. I don't think he kills Benny, though. 34 attack. Yeah. Oops. That's fine. It's not really a big deal if he goes for Benny. Though I will prevent it. That was my mistake. I should not have just totally missed the range indicators, but it's no big deal. As long as we keep moving full move every turn, these guys won't catch up to us before any problems start happening. Nyx can take out this guy in order to get just a little bit more sword rank. We are almost to enough. Can't shelter Azura. Transfer thing. These 5-move enemies keep approaching, but this guy has 1-2 range. So we can get him to stand here and get fed into next. While this group continues running, as well as using movement options to increase our movement. And the last enemy approaches Nyx, but gets Vantage one-shot.
Fate is cruel.
And that takes her over to A rank in swords. And conveniently, she's achieved A rank in swords right next to a one tile wide choke point after we place down the last obstacle. Camilla can set the obstacle here. It danced. And fly back to safety. Then it's just a matter of applying our relevant rallies, which includes skill. Now, Zahara has pass, so he can get through the choke point that Nyx establishes. Except that she one-shots him now. Counter magic would normally be an issue, but it doesn't apply if you get one shot.
The chosen heroine arrives.
And she proves herself the superior swordswoman. Then the rest of these groups will simply charge into Nyx and die over the course of these 2 turns. Nyx one-shots the Berserkers even with a Sulfur pair-up because her magic is just that huge at this point. They have no chance. And for our last action on the map, S rank in swords. It's complete. This is maybe not the most powerful unit you can have, but I think this was a sufficient demonstration of the carnage that you can accomplish with this build. It's brain dead easy, it's ridiculously powerful, and it works even if you are a sword master who lost access to your best class. So let's finish off these last 3 enemies and end the map.
My foe should fear me. Another day, another sin. Celestial blessings. I don't need your forgiveness. Ophelia, here to serve. Another day, another sin.
And with that, the map is over. Yeah, like I said, we could have saved the Lancers by playing the maps proper. Had Nyx only solo, say, 2 of the flanks, while Xander covers another, and then obstacles on the other 2, and we could have, held out in the center of town. But I think that's less entertaining, so this is my final round of the relay. Thank you all for supporting this series, and I'll see you around. Bye!